Like Casey said, what's going on? What is going on? Sorry, distractions. I am in charge of a monthly poetry night, so if you like what I do, come talk to me, and if you are interested in doing what I do, come talk to me. Okay, so I have two poems for you tonight. They're kind of dark, I'm gonna warn you. The first one is called Grave Woman. On every holiday, my grandmother lies flowers on the graves of her husband, her mother, and her firstborn son. Her husband's heart failed on a family vacation to Niagara Falls. When I was little, I pictured his body tumbling over the rocks, carried away by the current. I'm sure that's what it must have felt like as my grandmother watched him collapse, and my mother held his hand as he faded away. The scariest thing about death is its permanence. My grandmother's mother lost her mind before her body withered. Her oldest son died in prison. It took them 4 months to release the autopsy report to my family, and it just said aneurysm. However, the doubt surrounding that report still hasn't faded after nearly 40 years. My grandmother lost her father when she was 5. The woman has lived her whole life in mourning, both of things she's lost and things she never had to begin with. She lies flowers on the graves on every holiday, but once my cousin called in, she didn't even recognize her granddaughter's voice. She lies flowers on the graves of loss, and I want to ask her, what about the living? What about the ones you don't have to yet mourn? The ones who could still feel love if you knew how to offer it? Why do you reserve that for the ones who are already gone? And none of us know what or when will take the shell of a woman away from us. This matriarch has lived for years, her voice only ever speaking eulogies, her hands only trembling in the hopes that she might touch her husband, her firstborn son, just once more. And I want to ask her, what about you? Why is it you cannot value the existence of your own life and the rest of your family more than the husband and son that you have let become ghosts? I often hear her crying at night, whispering. I imagine it's to them, reminding them that her love is reserved for them, but pleading that they someday leave her alone. Let her live her life alive and in peace. I wonder if that's how every widow feels, every woman who's lost a child. It's been 40 years and she still hasn't changed the curtains. All I know is this house is a mausoleum preserving her memory of them 40 years, and she still puts up stockings for them at Christmas. I want to ask her, what about the living? Maybe once a life has come to know the presence of death so well, it comes to consume the consciousness. I walk through her room, and each time I see her laying still, unmoving, I think to myself, this must be it. The woman already reeks of a corpse, and you can smell death on her skin, see it hollowing her eyes. We grow flowers in the backyard. Sometimes I want to lay them on her still breathing chest and tell her it's okay. I'm not sure I believe there is a heaven, but I imagine she'll be happier when she doesn't have to wonder anymore where they've gone.